Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition series where I go over the predictions for the 2023-24 college basketball season. This is going to be the Tier 2 high majors, which is the American, the Mountain West, the A-10, and the WCC. We are going to start with the AAC. Coming in first in this league, I have Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic, as we know, made the Final Four, and they come over from Conference USA. I thought about, honestly, not picking them to win the league, but the more I thought it through, it's like, I should give them the respect they deserve, and they have the most talent. Elijah Martin and John L. Davis are back. They have some other guys back from that awesome Final Four team that they have had, and then they have an outstanding head coach in Dusty May, who's in year 6. So this team is poised for big things yet again. Coming in second, I have Tulane. I think Tulane is going to be a big surprise this year in this league. Jalen Forbes, Kevin Cross. They have a good coach in Ron Hunter. And by the way, Florida Atlantic's the only preseason ranked team in the AP poll. Third, I have Memphis. I think Memphis could be disappointing. Javon Quinley comes over as a transfer. Jordan Brown's still there. 2 young freshmen they're relying on, Carl Turnfant and J.J. Taylor. Fourth, I have UAB. UAB moves over from the CUSA as well. Eric Gaines is their best player. Fifth, East Carolina. This is a team that I think should be improved, led by R.J. Felton. Sixth, I have SMU, who is moving to the ACC next year. Zurich Phelps is a decent player that they have. Seventh, I have Rice. Rice is another team that comes over from Conference USA. Their best player is Max Fielder. Eighth, I have North Texas, another new team from Conference USA. Was good last year, but I think that they got worse. Ninth, Wichita State. Wichita State, remember when they were like the it team of the mid-majors, and then they jumped to the American, and they've just been ass from where they used to be. They might have had like one at-large berth since the move to the American. Coming in 10th, South Florida. South Florida stinks. We know that. They are never usually good in college basketball. 11th, I have Tulsa. They really don't have much talent. 12th, Temple. They used to be good in this league. They've kind of fallen on hard times. 13th, Charlotte, another team that comes over from Conference USA. They're going to stink. And at the bottom of this league, in 14th, I have UTSA, who also comes over from Conference USA. All right, player of the year, I have Janelle Davis of FAU. Coach of the year, I have Ron Hunter, Tulane, because I have them doing big things. And freshman of the year, I have J.J. Taylor of Memphis. So, bold prediction for this league. I'm going to say that Ron Hunter leaves Tulane for a larger job, whether that's West Virginia or Louisville or Wake or Washington, but something like that. I think Ron Hunter leaves Tulane. I also think that not only Ron Hunter will leave Tulane, but I think FAU's coach Dusty May finally is out of there, and he goes to one of those schools as well that I just brought up. So my bold prediction is that multiple coaches leave for Power 6 schools. And I'm going to say it's Ron Hunter and Dusty May. All right. So in terms of odds for this conference, I'm trying to find all right. I'm looking them up right now. I would assume FAU is the favorite. Yeah, plus 125. Memphis plus 145. UAB, Tulane, Wichita 18-1. North Texas 20-1. South Florida 40. Charlotte 40. SMU, East Carolina, Temple 50. Rice 95, and UTSA and Tulsa 250. The values on Tulane at 18. They have some talent coming back, and they have an awesome coach in Ron Hunter. So my value play would be Tulane at 18-1 for this conference. Next, we'll do Atlantic 10. This is going to be an interesting league, too. Coming in first, I have Dayton. Dayton's usually a perennial contender in this league. They bring back Malachi Smith and Deron Holmes. Coming second, St. Bonaventure. I think St. Bonaventure is going to be really good. Darryl Banks back. Chad Venning back as well. Third, I have Duquesne. I think Duquesne's a surprise team in this league this year relative to years past. Day Grant and Jimmy Clark, good backcourt. Senior Layden. Fourth, I have VCU. They have a new coach with Mike Rhodes going to Penn State. Max Shulga and Sean Bairstow lead the way there. Fifth, I have St. Joe's. They're going to be good this year. Eric Reynolds and Cam Brown. Sixth, Fordham. Kyle Rose and Abdul Timsimbla. Two really good defensive players. They're a defensive-minded team. Seventh, I have George Washington. Good backcourt with James Bishop. The fourth, and Maximus Edwards. Eighth, I have St. Louis. They have a good point guard in Gibson Jimerson. Coming in ninth, I have Loyola Chicago. Remember when they were like an at-large contender in the Missouri Valley? Now they're an afterthought in the Atlantic 10. Philip Alston is the big player there. 10th, I have George Mason. They have a new coach with Kim off to Providence. They have a good point guard in Ronald Polite III. 11th, I have Richmond. They have a good big man in Neil Quinn. 12th, Davidson. There's a lot of talent in this league. They have a good point guard in Grant Hoffman. 13th, LaSalle. They're really not very good, but they have a good point guard, Khalil Brantley. 14th, UMass. UMass stinks. And then 15th, I have Rhode Island. What happened to that team? Remember, they were the it in this conference. They have fallen on hard times. All right, player of the year, I have Deron Holmes, the second of Dayton. Coach of the year, Mark Schmidt of St. Bonaventure. And freshman of the year is a hard one. I'm going to say the freshman of the year in the Atlantic 10 will be Dayton shooting guard Marvell Allen. All right, so tournament teams in the Atlantic 10, I'm going to say Dayton and St. Bonaventure, NIT, Duquesne, VCU, St. Joe's, and Fordham. And then that third tournament, the CBI, I think it is. It's George Washington, St. Louis, maybe Loyola Chicago. And then the American, I forgot to do this, FAU, Tulane, Memphis in the tournament. NIT, UAB, East Carolina, SMU, and Rice. And then the third one will be North Texas, Wichita, and maybe South Florida. Okay. Odds for the Atlantic 10 preseason, courtesy of FanDuel. Dayton plus 270, VCU plus 370, Bonaventure 6-1, Duquesne 5-1, Loyola 10-1, St. Louis 13-1, Davidson 14-1, St. Joe's 16, Richmond 20, Fordham 25, UMass 30, George Washington 45, Rhode Island 55, Georges Mason 60, LaSalle 100. My value play here would be Duquesne at plus 750. I like the talent they bring back in the backcourt, Jimmy Clark and Day Grant. And the other good one for double-digit standpoints, Fordham at 25-1. They bring a lot of good defensive talent back, as I mentioned earlier. And in bold prediction for the Atlantic 10, I am going to say that Duquesne will be a 1 seed in the NIT and barely misses the tournament. All right, Mountain West. All right, first place in the league, I have San Diego State. San Diego State is always a good team in this league. Good backcourt, Lamont Butler and Reese Waters coming in as a transfer. Second, I have New Mexico. Good backcourt in Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn Jr. They were a team last year that was the last undefeated team in the sport and didn't even make the tournament because of a late season collapse. Third, Colorado State. Isaiah Stevens leads the way there. That could be a potential tournament team. Fourth, I have Boise State. Tyson Dagenhart leads the way there. Fifth, I have Nevada. They were a decent team last year. Sixth, I have UNLV. They have a good freshman in Deaton Thomas Jr. Seventh, I have San Jose State. Up-and-coming-ish team. They surprised some people last year. Eighth, Fresno State. Sometimes they're good. Ninth, Utah State. Remember the days when they were a contender. 10th, Wyoming. That was a team that was a massive disappointment last year. And 11th, I have Air Force, who is never good in college basketball. Player of the year in this league, I'm going to go with Lamont Butler of San Diego State. Coach of the year, I'm going to go with Richard Pitino of New Mexico. Because I just think that they make the tournament this year, and I think they're he'll get credit for that. And in my freshman year, I'm going to go with Deaton Thomas of UNLV. Bold prediction for this league, I am going to say that the league is nearly not as good as it was last year. And some of those teams like Nevada and Boise take some steps back. And I only have two teams making the tournament, San Diego State and New Mexico. And Colorado State was a close call. I have them in the NIT. I have Boise in the NIT. I have Nevada and UNLV in the NIT. I have a lot of NITs in this league. San Jose State was in the third one. So was Fresno and then Utah State as well. Mountain West. For betting. I can't even find the features for that. All right, so Here we go. San Diego State plus 145, Mexico 4-1, Boise plus 430, UNLV 10, Colorado State 10, Nevada 15, Utah State 16, Fresno 30, Wyoming 60, San Jose State 60, Air Force 100. Values on Colorado State. Isaiah Stevens leading the way there. They were not a bad team last year, so maybe that's the surprise. And that would be my value play there at 10-1 for them to win the Mountain West. And then the WCC. So in first place, I have Gonzaga. We all know Gonzaga. They're just so hard to bet against. And I know St. Mary's was the preseason pick, but I can't go against Gonzaga. Graham Ike, Ryan Nembhard comes over from Creighton, and Anton Watson. They lose Drew Timme, which is big. But I still think they will pull through. Second, I have St. Mary's. They have a ton of talent. Alex Dukas, Aidan Mahaney, Mitchell Saxon, excellent coach, and Randy Bennett. Third place, I have Loyola Marymount. I think they're going to be one of the more surprising teams in this league this year. The third best team in this conference is up for grabs with BYU leaving for the Big 12. Kelly Pepe leads the way for Loyola. Fourth place, I have San Francisco. San Francisco made the tournament a few years ago, but I think that they are going a little backwards. Fifth place, I have Pepperdine. They have some talent. Javon Porter, Houston Millette. Coming in sixth, I have Santa Clara. They've been a low-key NBA popper lately. Like, Jalen Williams of the Thunder, for instance, went there. So, yeah. Santa Clara does produce talent. Seventh, I have Portland. They have a good wing in Tyler Robertson. Eighth, I have Pacific. I don't think Pacific's very good. And then, obviously, in the cellar, San Diego, who stinks. Player of the year in the WCC, I have Alex Dukas of St. Mary's. Coach of the year, I'm going to go with Stan Johnson of Loyola Marymount. And my freshman of the year, Dusty Stromer of Gonzaga. Bold prediction of the league, I'm going to say that the Gonzaga Sweet 16 streak continues. And they'll make their 9th consecutive Sweet 16, or it might be 8, I don't remember, but they'll continue their Sweet 16 streak. Odds for this league. Gonzaga, we definitely assume is the favorite. And they are minus 140. St. Mary's plus 130. San Fran, Loyola, and Santa Clara each 25-1. Portland's 95. Pepperdine's 140. So is Pacific and San Diego's 250. The value is on Loyola at 25-1. They have a pretty good team led by Leo Pepe. So that's the value. There's no value on betting either Gonzaga or St. Mary's. What you do is put Gonzaga with Duke and with Kansas to win their leagues. And maybe you can throw in like a Tennessee or Michigan State or Arizona. Arizona's a good one. So go Arizona, Gonzaga, Duke, Kansas. Like, lock those 4 in. That's what I would do as like a combined future to bet on those 4 teams to win their leagues, because Michigan State has Purdue, and Tennessee has some competition as well. I mean, not that North Carolina will be competition for Duke, and Texas and Houston will be competition for Kansas, and USC and UCLA will be competition for Zona, which will be all true. But they're just 4 easy teams that should win their leagues based on talent. So, yeah. Those are the odds. And then Just trying to think if there's anything left to do. Did awards, did the bets, did bold prediction. So yeah, we're good for those 4 leagues. So there you have it for that. Part number 8 will be next, which is the mid and low majors, season preview and prediction.